Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Aparna Khurjekar. She is the business head of small and mid-sized businesses over at Verizon. We're going to take a look at unique challenges that are facing small businesses as they go through the holiday season for 2022. Aparna, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks for having me, Jill.
You got it. And before we get into the survey results, give us an overview of the small business market, some of the unique challenges they face, and if a one-size-fits-all strategy is really how they should be approached.
Perfect question to lead in. So, Jill, obviously the small business, medium businesses, what we're talking about is somewhere from 1 to 500 employees. They constitute 99.9% of the businesses in the US. 2/3 of the new jobs come from there, 44% of the economic activity. So they carry a huge weight. And obviously they've been hit very hard through the pandemic and now through the recession woes that we're seeing. And what we see is essentially these small, medium businesses with a flourish or flounder based on a very significant dividing factor, and that being the technology adoption. So when you talk about the one size fits all, it's really core technology adoption that we're seeing, but how the technology manifests itself to make sure that the company is moving from, say, an industrial or a healthcare company first to a tech company first is what's making the changes and what's really requiring the big push right now.
And let's talk about the State of Small Business Survey. What are their attitudes and expectations as they head into holiday 2022?
Yeah, Jill, so Verizon does this State of the Small Business Survey. It was our third annual one that we just completed recently. And not surprisingly, there's an overall concern regarding the economic downturn that can hinder the businesses. And what we're seeing is really three core issues facing them right now and concerns based on that. One is inflation. So about 4 in 5 of our respondents are seeing and are experiencing increasing costs. The second is inventory, just thinking about the supply chain, even the macro environment around the social geopolitical changes impacting the inventory and how they're seeking help there. And last but not the least, in spite of what we're seeing in the last couple of quarters, there is a labor shortage that they're facing. And because of all of that, not surprisingly, these conditions are causing almost 46% of them seeing sales declining. And over a quarter, Jill, have already started withdrawing from their cash reserves in the past year. Now, the good news is they've all been trained to be incredibly resilient, at least the ones that have flourished. And what they do have is this upbeat expectation for the next year. And that's a great story that we're seeing.
And if we take a look at your next chart here, what concerns small business owners the most as they approach the holiday season?
Yeah, so the concern definitely is how is it that they are maintaining their margins and their top line as they think through all the raising costs, right? So a lot of them are seeing inflation. They're seeing the inflation showing up in the places where they're going to have to raise prices or trim non-essential spending. They're also seeing incredibly big challenges around where and how they put their dollars. So as they cut non-essentials, Jill, one of the things that we are seeing, and rightfully so, is, again, training through COVID, technology and investment in technology, and they remain bullish in that kind of spending while they're cutting elsewhere in operational investments, employee events and such. Technology is the place where they're hunkering down and making sure that they are bringing in that differentiation to pull in the customers, make sure the customers stay happy with the right kinds of customer experience, and they're becoming increasingly productive and efficient through the investments in technology.
And finally, Aparna, when we think about the macro, how are economic conditions impacting small businesses?
So all the macro environment that's happening right now, you're talking about the recession, you're talking about the inflation, which is at a 30-year high. It's impacting them. And through all of this, what I keep telling small, medium businesses, and what we're helping the small, medium businesses do is make sure that they're thinking about what I call the 4 C's. Think about connectivity in a big way, Jill, just making sure that you're connecting your solutions of every sort when you're mobile, but also your locations in the right way. And we've got the right kinds of solutions for that. Think about then beyond connectivity, connecting your vehicles and tracking them. The second one is cloud, and then the infrastructure of cloud and bringing in SaaS and the right kinds of solutions there. The third is cybersecurity. You're seeing a huge amount of increase, a big concern for SMB around viruses, malware, password theft, spams, phishing. So cyber risk is at an enhanced level. So cybersecurity, and last but not the least, collaboration and the techniques to be connecting with each other, but also connecting with the customers in a meaningful way. So those are the things that are helping them through all these challenges.
All right, Aparna, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you, Jill.